Today is bread making day. Rye bread from Bob's Red Mill. Bob's Red Mill in Portland, Oregon. Milwaukee, Oregon. Great online bread mixes. Gotta love it. Order them online and here they come. Yeast packet. Proper temperature of water. Out we go. Looks like the sparrow's getting charged. Here we go. There's the bread machine. Just pop that right in there. I'll leave the top open so you can watch. 1000-watt inverter running the bread machine. Pedal-powered prime mover. Power board. We're not using the 150-watt inverter. It's too small. There's the big capacitor wired back into the back of the inverter. That should work. Turn on the inverter. Inverter's happy. Turn on the electricity. I hope you can see that. That's watts. 20 watts, 12 volts. Just getting started. I haven't pushed start on the bread machine yet. But here we go. And the mixing begins. There's no battery, so I'm running this directly at this point. Now there's not much effort because the bread machine is just getting started with kneading that dough. And it turns off and turns on. Let me show you. So it's averaging about 30 watts, which is an extremely easy pace. And that's holding the voltage right where it needs to be to keep the inverter happy, which is about 13 volts is a good setting. And the dough is coming along. I could be reading or surfing the web or doing something else right now while the bread machine did its thing. Now at some point, the bread machine is going to finish kneading the dough and it's going to stop and let the dough rise. What I'm going to have to do is stop pedaling at that point. There, now it's doing a continuous knead. And you can see the voltage is dropping a little bit. So I'm picking it up. I'm up to 78 watts, 80 watts, 90 watts. This is a little more work, but not bad. This is what I would call a workout. The bread machine's doing the hard work. Yeah, I'm up to about 100 watts. About 110. Boy, that dough looks good and it smells good too. The bread machine is working hard. So am I. if there was a way to do a direct drive, that would be a lot more efficient. But I'm keeping up. Problem is, I'm getting hungry. Oh, about 110, 115 watts here. Well, we're doing just fine. Let's take a look at that dough again. That's just great. Bread machine's happy, I'm happy. Dough looks happy. It's kind of stuck in that corner. Tastes good. This is whole wheat. Oh, I'm sorry, this is rye bread. Rye bread's pretty heavy, so it takes some work to knead it. Still at about 110, 105 watts. I'm getting hot because I'm out in the sun. And that, I'm slowing down, that is the first knead. And now the dough is going to be allowed to rise. I'm going to shut the top. And I'm going to stop the equipment. And there you are. That's getting it to the point where it's doing the first rise. It's a half an hour later. As you can see, the bread has been rising. Boy, does that look good. It's time for the next round of kneading. Inverter on. Bread machine on. Kettle generator on. This will be a little easier for me because I'm warmed up. That first round is about 12 watt hours. To give you an idea how much work that is, my morning workout is about 45 to 50 watt hours. So that was not a lot of work compared to my morning workout. It was, however, hard work. It was right at the limit of what this design of the pedal generator can put out. And this time, after it rises, it's ready to bake. It's easy for me, it's hard for that bread machine. That's a 1.5 pound loaf of bread, by the way. Which is enough to last me for a week. So one workout a week I could do baking bread. And there you are. All done. Looking beautiful and ready for the baking step, which unfortunately I will not be able to participate in because that requires more power than the pedal-powered prime mover can put out. So this is a partnership effort. I get the bread to this point and the grid takes it the rest of the way. Fortunately, my house has solar panels on the roof, so I'm actually going to be finishing the work with solar-powered electricity. But for those of you who don't have that luxury, it would take about 3 pedal generators to do the baking step. Or, and this would be far more clever, a single solar oven, which I expect to have in the next edition of this movie. It looks good. And it looks even better knowing what I had to do to make it. So that's the result. Can't wait till dinner.